Today I'm going to show you how to take an easy acrylic pour to the next level. We'll be spreading some paint with a hairdryer and then turning it into a colourful, whimsical flower. I will take you through all of the steps, so stick around until the end to see how it turns out. Are we ready for another art lesson? I was sitting here today and thinking what to make. I want to surprise myself. I don't know what I'll be making, but I know what colours I want. I know what canvas I'm going to use. Deep edge canvas. And I want to use a hairdryer. An image, maybe floral, only using hairdryer. The colours we are going to be using today are very vibrant and cheerful, I would say. So we've got magenta, some purple, metallic purple and violet here, turquoise with added metallic turquoise, light pink. I think that was my magenta with lots of white. I also have some gold in the jar. But I didn't have any white, so I've been sitting here and mixing white and it's been very, very thick, and I think I'm going to put it in another container because it's too much. One part of paint, one part of Floetrol. This time I used British Floetrol and the American Floetrol because my British Floetrol is getting really thick. That's the British one, and that's the American one. This one is more runny. I've been adding water, but it's still too thick. When you use a hairdryer, it's better to have paint on the runny side, but I'm going to thin it down a little bit more. But I want to create a sort of mid-tone. I am going to use this purple I have, and I'm going to add my white. Those sticks are a work of art in themselves. They've been with me since the beginning of the channel. I reused them. I washed them, but you can see some old paint on them. Oh, I forgot. We need blue. Of course we need blue. In the end, I picked ultramarine because I think it would look really nice with the pink. A very vibrant blue. I also came across those two when I was putting my paint back. Neon purple and sea green. They're already pre-mixed. Right, now, what am I going to do? I know lots of you have some professional legs, but I just like recycling everything, you know. Let's start with white, some green, and if I do this, they'll mix even further, you see. Where's my beige? Oh yes, this is white with gold. I was worried that I won't have enough, but I'll have plenty. I want to see some gold. Pretty dramatic. I would like some deep purples and pinks at the bottom. It's funny, I'm using a spoon. Okay, if I apply it here and then I'm going to blow it towards this section. I will apply white because the paint is going to glide better. Okay, I do want to see some purple in between, somewhere here. This section, maybe a bit of blue here in between. As you can see, I'm just having fun. I'm having fun. I'm not too worried. If it doesn't work, oh, that's it. I did not want any cells, and I can see that the gold already creates some cells, which is typical of gold. Oh my goodness, this is like, what is it? What is she making? I don't know, but I'm excited. Are we ready? Let's move this side first. That's nice. Wow. Whoa! Look at that. Now I can basically play with the shapes and see if I want to change anything. I like that. I don't mind this one. I'm going to change it into something you'll see later. So I'm going to keep it. See? There's some partition here. Ooh, I'm liking those drips on the side. I'm planning some gold later on, so Now I'm thinking that I do like that section here with a little bit of gold. I'm going to repeat it on this edge, here and there. See, I can define the petals just using gold now, and I think that will look nice. Another petal, like this, bigger, smaller. Oh, so much fun. There was no silicone here, it's just the density of the paint, so playing. As the first time, I'm going to leave the drips as they are like this. I'll tell you now what was going through my head while I was blowing those petals. I could actually imagine that it might turn into one of those, I would call them digital flowers, those very colorful digital looking flowers. And you can't really tell what flower it is. They are fantasy flowers basically with lots of gold. And I also remember that I did have some requests to try and recreate something like that. So there you are. I've decided to change this section a little bit. I don't want that much gold. So look what I'm doing. As you can see, I can't leave a pour just on its own. It just leads me somewhere. For now I'm leaving it. Now I'm looking at the other ones and thinking, do I want some changes? Oh, we've got another petal that I can see here with those shapes. So I'm going to extend it. So one somewhere here. It's an abstract flower. Honestly, we don't have to, you know, keep it perfect. Obviously now they blend. So what I have to do, I have to kind of separate them somehow. So either making the outer one darker or the inside lighter. I just bought this new pretty permanent blue violet. Perfect. I know I added gold here, but at the moment it makes no sense, gold this place, so it has to go, because this part should be the darkest. No worries, gold will come, definitely will come. Look what happens now when we add some contrast between the petals. Like, I extended the dark shadow under this one that I just created on top. So this is my darkest value, ultramarine, plus this deep purple. This one is more kind of closer to us, more seen as well. I'm going to proceed with that one because this is also hidden. This is the darkest, so I'm going to add the purple and the ultramarine under this baby here. You follow your vision. Whatever you see, you kind of trust your gut. I do like this dark blue here. Really creates some depth, doesn't it? See the symbol that tells us that the paint is transparent. So at the moment I can still see that red underneath. That's why I was talking about adding another layer. This part doesn't really sit with me. There's something wrong. So this is going to be another petal, and it's going to be curved. Curve. Like that. So I'm planning to add darker green and blue here between those petals, darker blue here, so I can straight away proceed. You can see how the partition now made those petals visible, this one, and that one. I'm blending in the colors. So again, mixing the same violet, ultramarine, and with a little bit of white. Basically the embellishing will make the piece. Let's just say that for me. I could have left it as it was, but I can't. Well, I hope you see some progress. I am adding some shadows, some highlights, nothing else. Some final touches, because remember I was using blue, and of course now I need to cover it up. Honestly, if I was to make it again, I wouldn't be adding gold. I decided that I'm going to add the gold leaf anyway. I think I messed up a little bit, a couple of places, and now I'm trying to recover it. I am adding black to the middle because the middle has to be darkest. It's not black on its own, it's black mixed with the green and blue, but this is definitely going to be the darkest. Adding on, taking off, adding on, taking off. That's the way I do my shadows and highlights. A couple more highlights. The section that's kind of closer to us will have a little bit of white. I recreated this one, so I have to kind of match it to the rest. I'm using still absolutely the same colors I used before. The only difference is I'm either adding white for the highlights or some black for the shadows. Now we need a center. I think I'm going to use black. And it's going to be partially hidden. White round. Okay, this is big enough. I am going to add a little bit of this turquoise to black to create some lighter areas. Now with black, look, I added some green and now I can make it look really 3D now. There's the center, slightly tilted like the rest. Cute. Okay, so now I am ready to create some pollen around. Little biology lessons, so I've painted the stigma and I like it. I'm going to create those little, what are they called, filaments with anthers at the end. I'm kind of considering a couple of black ones first to introduce some contrast. Gold, like little dots, I don't know. Are they cute? The stigma looks like sea urchin. Alright, so I will be adding more and more of these. Now, time for those cuties. They're not really round, they are kind of elongated a little bit. Trying to see where they are hiding. I do have paint in the pan, and maybe I'll use this instead. But I'm going to do my little trick. I'm going to use a brush to apply it. Let's see, because it's going to cover the sections much better. Look, I really struggled with the gold here. I'm making some of them thicker, some thinner. I'm basically going over the sections that were gold, but they don't look as gold as the metallic gold. How often do you change your mind during the process? I do. I think we all do, don't we? I used the acrylic pen on the edges, the metallic pen, which is actually very nice, but I think it's slightly too harsh. As you can see, this gold is very, yeah, it is harsh. That's probably the best word to describe it. But it's actually going to be very helpful because now I am going to apply the gold leaf exactly on those gold sections that I have. First time ever, I won't have any problems finding where I put my gilding paste. Let's do it. Okay. This will take me a couple of minutes, but I'm fine paying the price. I will be using PBO gold leaf. I was waiting for, I would say, roughly 20 minutes before the application. I will apply to all the places and then we'll take it off. Actually, let's see what the difference is going to be. So I scrape this part. I want to compare those two. So now we've got gold leaf here and the metallic pen. I mean, I didn't tidy that up, but okay, I mean, this one does look like gold leaf. And this one is a little bit more muted. I don't know. Well, since I've started with this, but it's I've never done this comparison, so it's interesting to see. I want to say more gold. Yes, it is more gold. The gold leaf does look more gold. Well, I considered it finished. However, I really want to check if adding a stem would be beneficial or not. So I keep thinking about it. I have to do it. Doing very lightly, so I can kind of course, wipe it off. Different angle. I think I don't mind this. I'm going to do it multicolored. Why not? It's a fantasy flower. I actually wanted it green here. All the way almost almost to the top. Now, since I've got those strips, I am going to actually make the stem go all the way down with pink and green together. And well, I'm calling it green. It's turquoise. Well, it's signed now. I made it multicolored as well. I really like those drips coming from the petals. Cute. I added a stem, but I must say I quite like it this way now. I really like it, and the colors. I was a bit hesitant in the beginning, but I think they work really well together. Well, there we are. Please let me know if you enjoyed, and if you stuck around this long, leave the word lobster in the comments and I'll try to give it a heart. If you'd like to see extended versions of my tutorials, check out my Patreon, and you can also be the proud owner of this piece. It's for sale now at abcreativeofficial.com. Thank you so much for watching. See you all next week. Bye bye.